Now that we've looked at some of the core file management capabilities, let's shift our attention over on the left-hand side where we have these different views. By default, I'm in the My Drive view, and the My Drive view shows me all of my content. So here I see my main root folder or the main My Drive view, and underneath that I see all of the subfolders that I have. Now down below I have an option called Computers. This will only show up if you set up the Get Drive for desktop app. Otherwise, you won't have the computers option. This allows you to see any of the files that you've synced onto Drive from your computer. The next option is Shared with Me, and just like the name implies, I can see any folders or any files that others have shared with me on this list. Now, one of the nice things is you might have files in here that have been shared with you, but you want to be able to see that file within your My Drive view. What's nice here is I can simply right-click on an option, and within here I can add a shortcut to Drive. This opens up a prompt, and I could define where I want the shortcut to show up. I'll add it to My Drive and then click on Add Shortcut. When I go back to the My Drive view, here I see the shortcut to this shared folder. So in a sense, it's almost like having my own folder. This is especially helpful if, let's say, you're working on a group project and all of you are contributing to one folder. You can have everyone add a shortcut to that folder within their My Drive view. That way it's extremely easy to access. Under Shared with Me, there's the Recent view, and this shows me all of the recent files that I've interacted with. So whether it's because I opened a file, maybe I uploaded a file, or maybe I modified a file, anytime I interact with a file, it'll show up on this recent list. Now you'd be surprised, but typically when you're working on files, you'll go back again and again to the files that you've worked on recently. This is an extremely valuable view. Next, we have the starred view, and any file or folder that I star shows up here. So this is in a sense like pinning a document. If it's say a document or a file that you go back to often, you could star it. That way you have easy access to it. The last view I have here is my trash, and when I click on this, I could see all of my different folders and files that I've recently deleted. And after 30 days, they'll be automatically deleted. But here too, I could also empty the trash proactively. At the very bottom, I can also look at my storage, and when I click into storage, I get this helpful view showing me what files are using up most of my storage. Now, one thing that's interesting, you'll notice that PowerPoint files, Word documents, or graphics, they all consume some of my storage space. However, all of the Google file formats, whether it's docs, sheets, or slides, you'll notice that they use up 0 bytes. I've always thought it would be interesting if I simply created presentations with all of my photos. That wouldn't use up any Google Drive space.